nice to be here. I tell you, folks, I'm getting a little bit spoiled. A couple of weeks ago, our junior senator, Senator Cornyn, was here in Arlington looking at the homeland security issues and our ability to handle emergencies and stuff. A couple of days ago, I was over at the ballpark, and President Bush and Governor Perry were there to help start the Rangers on a 162-game winning streak. We were ahead when I got out, 7-1 already in the second inning, and the wind's blowing out. So, and today we have our senior senator here, Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. So, isn't it great to represent Arlington, Texas, and have all these folks come through and help us? You know, you wouldn't think that a Longhorn lawyer and an Aggie engineer would have a lot in common, but we do. On these projects, Senator Hutchison has been just a real champion. She serves on the Appropriations Committee in the Senate, and sometimes she starts the ball rolling in the Senate, and sometimes I start the ball rolling in the House. But whoever starts the ball rolling, we both work together to actually get the ball where it's supposed to go. And you have a lot of negative commentary these days nationally about the directed spending. The new euphemism is directed appropriations. But I'm old-fashioned. I still call it an earmark. And so when the chamber and the city and the UTA people come to me and say, Congressman, we need these projects or we need these, if they can justify that there's a good return on investment, I'll put it in my list of projects that I support. And these days, you don't just turn it in. You have to sign your name, that, you know, there's nothing underhanded, that you're not benefiting personally, and that you vouch for it and put it in the congressional record. I mean, it's, you know, they haven't required me to be fingerprinted yet, but that's probably coming up. And so, if I think it's a good idea, we'll run it by the senator, and if she thinks it's a good idea, then we both start working on it. And this Center for Innovation that we're rededicating today, and I don't have the exact numbers, but it's approximately $1 million a year to operate. Now that's an approximation number. Some of that money comes from the chamber, some of it comes from UTA, some of it comes from directed appropriations, as we now say. We have put about $200,000 a year for the last 5 years. I mean, there's 1 year we didn't get funded, but the other 4 we did. So for a $700,000 or $800,000 federal earmark, then a match of local funds, approximately $4 million. The folks that run the center have been able to bring in R&D dollars to UTA and some of the private sector groups that work here in the center, about $250 million. Now let's see, 700,000 or 800,000 matching $4 million gets us $250 million. I don't know what the math of that is, but that's, what would you say, 25 to 1 or something? Some UTA math prof tell me what 5 and 2 is. 50 to 1. 50 to 1. You're the taxpayers. Is 50 to 1 a good deal or a bad deal? Great deal. It's a great deal. Okay. I'll take great. And so that's what we're here for. Now that $250 million that comes to UTA and the incubator R&D programs that are housed behind me, that's probably going to leverage into tens of billions of dollars in investment and wealth creation and jobs, and create an economic future for lots and lots of people. So, when you hear some of the things you hear about these earmarks, think about this. think about this. For a little bit of money that's leveraged with local money that then brings in the big dollars, and that in turn creates these Silicon Valley type environments where there are lots of private sector jobs created. That's why the federal government has always been so invested in basic R&D programs. So that's what we're here to celebrate today, and that's why we have our senior senator here. And I will say on her behalf, because even though she was a cheerleader in Austin, she really doesn't pat herself on the back. You know, you'd think she would, but she doesn't. Nobody works harder for Texas than Kay Bailey Hutchison. Day in and day out, she does the nitty-gritty work that you don't see on the front pages, but results in real accomplishment, real investment in the future of our state. And as somebody who every now and then does a little bit for a little part of Texas, I just want to say I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm sincerely